You say, you think you know opiate withdrawal? Let me introduce you to benzo withdrawal. Let me introduce you to opiate withdrawal. Right? You wake up. It could be 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours after you go to sleep. You wake up. You feel you might have nightmares. You feel the shift up here start to happen. And after that, that's when you break a tiny, tiny, tiny little sweat. That lasts for about an hour. Then your stomach starts to gurgle and hurt. Severe stomach cramping. You've been constipated, couldn't crap for 5, 6 days on end, and that's about to release. So then after that, you start to have this fluttering. I mean, you feel like you miss a beat. Then that's when the cortisol starts to shoot like crazy, which is why you have that back pain because your adrenal glands that sit on top of your kidneys are pumping out cortisol. So now you're in fight or flight mode. So we have so far all the same symptoms of benzo withdrawal. But hold on. That's when you start to feel a little restless. Restless legs, restless arms, restless neck. You start to clench every muscle in your freaking body. It's not just your legs. The kicking part is another symptom. So now we have that high blood pressure. Now you're getting hot and cold to the point you literally cannot take it anymore. Symptoms sound familiar? Severe dehydration. Most people can't keep anything down in opiate withdrawal. So what happens then? Possible heart attack, stroke, uh, seizures. Yes, people have had. I've been there before with people that have had seizures in opiate withdrawal or opioid withdrawal, and heart attacks, strokes, the whole 9 yards. Totally possible. Well, wait a minute. Now we have the crapping, pissing yourself, restlessness, restless legs, restless body, back pain, severe stomach cramping, and then on top of that, you've been on a painkiller. So all the pain that you might have in your body elsewhere is numbed out completely. That pain starts to come back, and once that comes back, you really start to feel how old you fucking are and all the damage you've done to yourself. But wait, it gets better. The reason why we can't sleep in opiate withdrawal, and we could take as many benzos as we want with no benzo tolerance, and you still will not sleep. Which brings me to my final point, the dopamine deficiency. That's why they call it dope. I mean, these levels are through the roof. So now you are not only having all of these symptoms, you can't just break a little piece unless you have the self control to taper, but when it comes to dopamine, it's not easy to do. So now you're fiending, you're craving. Now you are literally leaving a rehab and going all the way back to where you came from. Or not, maybe somewhere else, but you got to cop somewhere. And that's when you know I relapse or I don't. And that next time you do relapse, you can die. So I wouldn't say benzo withdrawal is technically that much worse. The only difference is most people that are going through this benzo craze, this whole benzo holocaust, have never felt withdrawal before. Then they're not addicts to the point where, their patients relying on it. So when the withdrawal hits, it's 6 times as traumatizing and shocking as somebody that's been through opiate withdrawal because their dealer ran out or whatever situation, they ran out of money, whatever, they had money, the person didn't have stuff, whatever the case is. It is different. It's not the same at all. Like, it is and it isn't at all. That dopamine part is huge. You will fiend and do whatever. Not everybody does. Just like with benzos, not everybody has crazy withdrawal from benzos. But I'm telling you right now, kicking in your bed for fucking days and days and sometimes weeks, whatever, and it can last. Like hypersensitivity to benzos, same thing with opiates. Some people are more hypersensitive, and that shit will linger on. Post-acute withdrawal happens there too. So don't think it's only the benzo world, but these patients have never experienced it, so it's gonna come off like a Stephen King novel. It's gonna come off like you know, like let's say you are a professional diver that dives with sharks every day, and you put somebody that has fear of sharks into a shark tank, or in the ocean around a bunch of wild sharks. The diver has been through it many times. He can handle the craziness, but the other one panics, loses it, struggles, drowns. So, you get what I'm trying to say. It's not really one worse than the other. It's one has this and the other has this with this. That dopamine deficiency. You really, really don't want to undermine it.